Nebraskaland Days video coverage from Eagle Media, sponsored by Ashley, Fat Dog's Convenience Stores, and Jerry Remus Chevrolet. View all Nebraskaland Days coverage, including live streams and archive videos at northplattpost.com.
Dude, look around. We're clearly nowhere.
Look at all this liquor. We are now here.
Nowhere.
And they got an awesome beer selection. They got the coldest beer in town, 37-degree cooler. Plus they got rewards that work and whatever you want.
Bringing Nebraska the convenience it deserves.
Nowhere.
I've got the keys to your new car. Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
Right now at Ashley, shop new lower prices on hundreds of items throughout the store and online. And explore special financing options that fit your budget. Only at Ashley, in Kearney, Grand Island, and North Platte.
Hey everybody, Paxton Gordon here. It's my Wacky Wild West adventure. It's an episode 2. I don't know if it even classified as an episode 2 at this point, but I'm really joined by a super special guest, and I'm actually so excited that this is happening. Number 13 in the entire world. That's right, world, not just the United States, not just Nebraska, the entire world. Summer Kosel's here with me. A barrel racer. We got to say that first off. If you're trying to figure out, come on, Paxton, get to the point here already. But take me through your first day here. Is this your? I want to ask you always question. First trip to North Platte for the Buffalo Bill Rodeo, or is this a slew of appearances?
No, this is my first trip to North Platte. Woo! Yeah, so far so good. Looks like a great setup, great committee. Everything looks great.
Oh, you're gonna love it out here. You're gonna have, and of course everyone talks about just how the Hall of Fame worthy is. Got Randy Corley here, Butler and Sons, so many staples of the rodeo industry that come out here. It's a blast for somebody who's not a well-rounded in the rodeo verse. Last year, a little spoiler here if you remember last year, my first rodeo event was last year. So I was coming in kind of blind, and I came and was set up again with just a Hall of Fame worthy event, and I had a blast. And of course, for you doing it, you've done it for years, so you've had a blast ever since. What got you essentially into, doing barrel racing and the rodeo itself?
I grew up riding. My dad raised racehorses from the time before I was even born, and so I rode racehorses straight off the racetrack, and then I quit running barrels for about 10 years, and then after having our second, my husband said, "Do you think you'd want to run barrels again?" Because I was riding the horses anyway and training a little, and I said, I might, and so I guess he got me back into it. So
he might be he might be the little push that you needed. But again, 10 years is quite a long time of being out of just any type of profession that you had. So when you started to get back into it, how tough was it to reacclimate yourself or readjust?
Not bad at all, actually. I had always kept riding and everything like that. But it was like starting over at square one. I didn't have barrel horses anymore, so I had to start over at square one. And then after I got a couple trained, my husband actually bought me a finished one so I could also just go have fun rather than riding colts all the time. And so, yeah, it was not bad for me, I guess.
And it's also really cool just to see how supportive, to have that support system of your husband there, really, seeing you go out there and start to, dabble a little bit back in there. And he's just like, well, shoot, go out there. Come on, let's go get rocking and rolling back in there. How big of a motivator was that for you to not only get back on the saddle, but also put as much effort as you can into it?
Honestly, this is my first year leaving my circuit. I've always stayed kind of South Dakota, North Dakota. And then when Apollo really caught fire, it was kind of one of those things of kick you in the butt, like, okay, I think you need to go venture out a little bit. So that's how it kind of got started with going.
And again, you couldn't have picked a better time to go out for your first adventure out here to it. I mean, maybe it's a little pressure to come to the one of the most historic venues out there, a Hall of Fame worthy, a rodeo. So it might be a little daunting, me who gets, a little shaky at the legs in any type of situation, that might put me into a little bit of a scare as I go to sleep every night. But, take me through the certain things you have done to not only get yourself to where you are, but, 13th in the world in barrel racing.
I always say it's by the grace of God. I mean, literally, it takes a lot. It's very trying mentally, physically, emotionally on yourself, your family, to just go up and down the road and do what we do. I do try to stay fit. I pray continuously because it gets pretty daunting out there, especially when you're by yourself. And, you know, my husband and 4 kids are usually at home. And so you have to kind of stay centered and stay grounded and remember that you get to do this. You don't have to do this.
Well, Summer Kosel joins us here. I got one last question for you before we hit the road. If you had one food option that you could choose to have here tonight at your whim, what would it be?
Cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake! I mean, I can't blame you. I want myself orange sherbet chocolate chip ice cream. But why cheesecake specifically?
I really love cheesecake.
Well, again, after today's event, you know, for your getting it done for the first time, I think you deserve yourself a cheesecake as well. We will have more from the Wild West Arena for Nebraskaland Days and the Buffalo Bill Rodeo.
Nebraskaland Days video coverage from Eagle Media, sponsored by Ashley, Fat Dogs Convenience Stores, and Jerry Remus Chevrolet. View all Nebraskaland Days coverage, including live streams and archive videos at northplattpost.com.
I've got the keys to your new car. Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
Dude, look around. We're clearly nowhere.
Look at all this liquor. We are now here.
Nowhere.
And they got an awesome beer selection. They got the coldest beer in town, 37-degree cooler. Plus they got rewards at work and whatever you want.
Bringing Nebraska the convenience it deserves.
Nowhere.
Right now at Ashley, shop new lower prices on hundreds of items throughout the store and online. And explore special financing options that fit your budget. Only at Ashley, in Kearney, Grand Island, and North Platte.